Alright YouTube, we're going to take a look at my toolbox. Let's take a nice shot of the whole toolbox. It's a Snap-on and commemorates the 55 to 57 Chevys. See, we got a nice mural of the Chevys, and then we've got Bel Air badging, including the Chevrolet logo. It's actually an authorized thing for Snap-on and Chevrolet. Up on top, I keep my SA8 standard stuff, sockets, and these magnetic holders. Don't use them much, so they kind of just stay here. Chrome, impact, swivels, a sensor socket, and then I've got a bunch of axle sockets up here for doing wheel bearings on F-150, F-350s, F-550, stuff like that. That's a F-350 axle socket. Norstar water pump socket. Gloves. Chargers for my electric tools. First drawer, just kind of a miscellaneous screwdriver, nut driver drawer, just stuff that I don't use that much. Plier drawer, got the big channel locks. This is a hand-me-down tool from my dad. I use it to cut battery cables, probably for cutting barbed wire during Vietnam, but that's what I use it for. Harbor Freight pop rivet gun. I ain't spending $300 for a pop rivet gun to use every now and then, so I just got a Harbor Freight. And this is another pass-me-down tool from my dad. Pop rivet gun from Kmart. Tells you how old it is. Snap ring pliers in various sizes. Scraper, a pair of vice grips, pliers, tie rod tool for adjusting tie rods, little needle nose pliers, etc. Down here I've got tamper-proof Torx bits, Snap-on, set of Blue Point triple squares for doing Volkswagens. Another set of quarter-inch extensions, miscellaneous sockets, stuff I don't use that much. I've got Blue Point and Snap-on bit sets. Blue Point's over here, Snap-on's right there. I keep my standard quarter-inch stuff up here, long ratchet, 14mm spark plug socket. Don't use that much, so it stays here instead of on my cart. Extra spark plug socket in case I lose one. Gapping tools, feeler gauges, hex stuff for standard. Over here is kind of my brake drawer, caliper, disconnect tools, Jiffy tight disconnect tools for GM transmission and engine cooler lines. Kind of have to have those or use a pick. Duramax diesel water sensor socket or tool. Mac tools, those stupid little clips on drum brakes, those are the tools for that. And then you've got a spring tool, Blake bleeder wrench, brake spoons. Don't do a whole lot of drum brakes much anymore. So down here is a puller drawer. As you can see, I got two brand new attachments because the last one's broke. Harmonic balance puller. I've got disc brake tool from Mac, and then I've got an impact driver set from Mac. This is the one that I haven't broke any bits on. So spark oil sockets for various cars. That's actually for a Power Stroke, Volvo, Toyota. adjustable wrenches, rest of my hammers, including hammer for putting pistons in. Haven't used that in years. Tickle forks, seal pullers. This one's kind of neat. You hook it on the seal like that, and then you take a hammer and you can hit it and pop it out. Coolant pressure tester and all the adapters. All my half-inch drive stuff that's not on my service cart. All this stuff is SAE. This stuff's kind of cool. You've got a you hammer that on a worn fastener, and allows you to use an impact to get it loose because it's got teeth on it. Of course, a couple different breaker bars, 3/4 slide T-butt handle for using those axle sockets. My air tool drawer. I've got a Blue Point air hammer that doesn't get much use because I've got that air hammer, which is kick-ass Ingersoll Rand. All my adapters for the air hammer, long chisel from Snap-on, cutter, brass comes in really handy when you're trying to get something out, but you don't want to damage it too bad. Comes with 2 different tips. One of my earlier Ingersoll Rand impacts still works great, still got plenty of power, just heavy. And when I upgraded to 2135 Ti, it got shipped to the second use line, so it sits in this box. 3/4 impact. Notice the adapter on there. When you're doing Honda timing belts and your half-inch impact won't break it off, this will. So that's what I use it for. Campbell Hausfeld butterfly impact, waste of money, hated that thing. Campbell Hausfeld cutoff tool, I've had it for years. No sense in replacing it because it still works great. Matco die grinder with a carbide bit on it. Comes in handy for getting stuff broke. Cheap Campbell Hausfeld die grinder. And then a Chinese die grinder that I have, this thermostat housing extension for roll-lock discs. That comes in quite handy. Various air chucks, etc. My first air hammer, yeah, I need to throw that out. Next drawer down is my standard wrenches. Doesn't get much use. I've got some Craftsman, some Snap-on, various different stuff. Snap-on has a nice feature about they have basically a work surface for you to write tickets on. If I can get it open. Level, a set of roll pin punches. They've got a little ball on the end so you can knock roll pins out, like when you're doing carriages or steering racks on Chryslers. Thread restorer file, center punches, rest of my punches, chisels. Next drawer down is the bigger stuff and the specialty wrenches in metric. Little Snap-on set of wrenches, bigger stuff in Snap-on. I need to upgrade them, but I still have Craftsman line wrenches. They work good, but I need to get the Snap-on or Matco. Blackhawk ratcheting little wrenches, those come in quite handy. Various other cheap wrenches. Drawer I used to keep my receipts in. Current ASE master patch and my original silver patch from when I first got ASE certified. Half-inch Snap-on torque wrench. And then bigger set of triple square for Volkswagens. Snap-on had a sale on those, so I got those. Nice little set. Ratchet strap, valve spring compressor, bearing race installers. This is kind of cool. My Mac dealer had these custom made, so when you're putting in races in like F350 hubs, you get a long reach. So cool. Ford timing tools, cam holding tool, my minor collection of clutch alignment tools, number punches for when you're disassembling an engine. Don't do that much anymore. This used to be my electronic drawer where I kept my DVOM and all that. I've got a timing light that I broke the ends off of it, getting caught on a fan, so I've got a new one. It's in my diagnostic cart. Infrared tip gun, battery puller, safety glasses, kind of a junk drawer now. My drilling drawer, files, hacksaw, Blue Point 1/2-inch drill, batteries for my infrared light for doing AC checks. My Boxo boxes. Sensor tools, O2s, coolant temp sensors, oil pressure sensors. Harmonic balance puller for Chryslers and GMs. That's a requirement. You got to have that if you work on those. Pitman arm puller from Mac. Ball joint set at the back, at the bottom. Back pressure test kit. Power steering pulley installer from Matco. My compression gauge set. And over here I've got a kingpin press, my slide hammers with the adapters for pulling hubs off, grinder obviously, a 3-valve spark plug tool for when you got those broken spark plugs, you can pull it out, tap and die set, axle nut sockets, pneumatic fan clutch set. Using an air hammer makes doing fan clutches a breeze. 30 seconds on an air hammer, you're done. A snap-on rethreading kit. If you're using tap and dies to rethread, to just clean up threads, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to use rethreading dies. Tap and dies are meant for cutting new threads. These are meant for restoring threads. Oil pressure test kit, and then if I can get it open, the tool for removing those plastic fuel pump retaining rings. You lock it on the tabs and then you turn it off with a ratchet. So guys, that's my tool cart, my toolbox I should say. Thanks for watching.